Hard to believe, but the Ford Maverick's been out for a couple years now. Is it living up to the initial hype? Well, let's find out. I'm driving the hybrid model. The biggest sensation in the pickup market these days is small, Ford's Maverick. It's not really tiny though, a couple inches longer than a Kia Telluride, and it uses the same kind of unibody architecture. It's been in short supply since the day it hit the market. If you're still waiting for yours to arrive and wondering if you should stick with your order, I snagged a hybrid model from Ford to see if it still lives up to the lofty praise lavished on Maverick when it debuted. It was so unique at the time, it might have clouded judgments. I mean, at the launch event, people stopped me to ask what it was.
I'm interested to see what these are like. I don't know. They look interesting.
Back in the fall of 2021, when Maverick launched, the hybrid was the base model, and Ford crowed that you could buy one for $19,995, which was never really true because Destination added $1,500 to that price. Now, the hybrid starts at $26,500, quite a price hike. You can save $1,500 on a Maverick by going with the turbocharged Ford EcoBoost powertrain. But consider this, the EPA says over 5 years, the fueling cost differences between the two models is around $3,500. So spend a little bit extra on the hybrid up front, save on the back end. Not sure about you, but I'm always looking to sock away $2,000. As equipped, this mid-level XLT model MSRPs for $30,600, the major options being the luxury package, black appearances package, updated ADAS technology, and a spray-in bed liner. A quick recap on the hybrid model, it's only available as a front driver. Move to the EcoBoost powertrain for all-wheel drive. And I'll note that since launch, Ford has added an off-road-oriented Tremor model with an advanced four-wheel drive system. Here, the 1-2 punch of a 162 horsepower, 2.5-liter four-cylinder and 94-kilowatt traction motor with 171 pound-feet of torque team up to produce 191 horsepower to move a 3,700-pound hauling machine. The battery is tucked under here. Here's something I haven't seen in a while. A key that you turn. Not much sound on startup. This is a hybrid. Push-button keyless ignition is available. It's an option. The transmission is an eCVT compared to the 8-speed mated to the EcoBoost. The gas engine does kick on occasionally when sitting around. Hey, look, a full-size spare. Drive modes? Yeah, of course. Maverick Hybrid is rated to tow 2,000 pounds. At 8.3 inches, the hybrid has the lowest ground clearance. All four wheels get disc brakes. When it comes to acceleration, the hybrid will do the 0 to 60 dash in just under 8 seconds, which is just as quick, if not quicker, than the turbocharged Chevy Colorado or the new Toyota Tacoma. The instant torque off the line gives Maverick a zippy feel. There I go using technical jargon. The ride height is slightly elevated, what you'd expect from a vehicle this size. All right, what everybody's curious about is the fuel efficiency. The EPA rates the Maverick at 37 miles per gallon average. I am pretty much nailing that. And you got to remember, this is more efficient in the city. So if you do a lot of urban driving, this is the truck for you. Speaking of, the size is terrific. Seattle streets tend to be narrow. Situations like this would cause standard pickup drivers to wait for the UPS driver to return or drive up onto the neighbor's lawn. Not cool. And Maverick is flingable in corners. It's the Miata of pickups. Some will dismiss this because it's not body on frame. But like the larger unibody Honda Ridgeline, if it looks like a truck and works like a truck, it's a truck. Maverick drives pretty much like a crossover SUV, and that shouldn't be any surprise since it's based on the same architecture as Bronco Sport and Escape. The suspension is set a little bit firmer, and so when you hit broken pavements, it does skitter about a little bit, at least without any load in the bed. This one's optioned with the Copilot 360 system at $650. It adds great stuff: adaptive cruise control, evasive steering assist, lane centering, and blind spot warning. It's well worth the outlay. Considering the $5,000 price rise, Ford should make this standard. Maverick Hybrid will tow up to 2,000 pounds. If that's not enough for you, then go with the EcoBoost model. Properly equipped, it'll tug up to 2 tons. Now, you gotta remember that the only real competition in this segment, the Hyundai Santa Cruz, will tow 5,000 pounds, but it's not available as a hybrid. The Hyundai is positioned more as a premium lifestyle machine. Price-wise, it's now more competitive after Maverick's price hike. The eCVT doesn't have much of that rubbery droning dynamic that you might expect from this kind of transmission. It's very well calibrated, very, very livable. And the nature of the hybrid's power delivery is smooth and seamless. After a while, it blends into the background. Remember when the concern about hybrids was a real lumpy pedal feel when it comes to the brake? Not an issue with this one. The feel is progressive and natural. Nice job, Ford. Maybe because of its compact size, Maverick overcompensates in the storage cubby department. There are features that other pickups should copy. The door handles are cantilevered. They can be grabbed in different ways. It means that large water bottles fit here, and they kind of click in, nice and secure. Lots of little places that Ford engineers say are specifically sized to hold headphone cases, access cards, Leatherman tools, and such. These are carved out all over the cabin. Any place a divot can be molded in, Ford made it happen. That's in addition to all of the expected places. The back gets a bunch of cool stuff too. Oh, and I forgot to mention that Maverick is only made as a crew cab with a 4.5-foot bed. Ford calls it the flex bed. The load floor is just 30 inches off the ground. That helps to load heavy things. Praying the bed top, the plastic protection is easily replaced. Even compared to mid-size pickup trucks, Maverick is better to work out of. Need something out of the bed? It's easy to reach over and grab it. There's a 400-watt inverter option to run tools, though all of mine are cordless these days. The usual slots are here to position 2x6s so owners can create cargo management systems or build a shelf to carry sheetrock with storage underneath. This is 18 sheets of 1/4-inch plywood. Max payload is 1,500 pounds, close to matching or sometimes exceeding some larger trucks. What's this QR code for?
You can scan the FlexBed QR code, which is on the bedside of all Mavericks, and will show you exactly what to buy and how to build this do-it-yourself bike rack for about $40.
There are dozens of do-it-yourself projects.
What you'll find on both the left and the right side of all Mavericks is this cap that says 12-volt DC. What we've done is on the back of this cap, you'll find this 12-volt harness, and then in your glove box, we've provided a universal adapter, we call it, which is the male connector and about a 5-foot lead. We've enabled easy routing to the bedside module area, as well as all the way up the D-pillar to the flange. In this particular truck, we did a blue LED light kit. We'll show how to do DIY light installations and a DIY air compressor installation.
The cabin space is fine. Remember, it's a compact pickup. No faux aluminum or wood trim. The materials, some recycled, aren't trying to look like anything else than what they are. I know some people that would benefit from that approach. Plastics don't look rich or luxurious, but they're honest with some interesting graining and patterns. Forgot your work gloves? Oh, at least the wheel is heated as optioned. Exposed Allen bolts work for pickups. Door releases, these feel as basic as they look. The heated cloth seats are average in comfort. Powered on the driver's side, the passengers is do-it-yourself. With no access to a time machine, the upholstery seems durable. Move to the Lariat level to get synthetic leather. The real stuff is unavailable. I'll point out that Ford uses navy-colored plastics instead of black, which kind of elevates the vibe. The interface is Sync 3, pretty rudimentary. After setting Maverick up to your liking in the menu, you'll probably be using the small screen for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay for the most part. Phone charging? Check and check. I'm happy that there are hard buttons for many of the things that people want to control quickly. Thanks, Ford. Maverick is smaller than Colorado, Tacoma, and Ranger. None of those have particularly roomy back seats, so manage expectations, okay? But that said, at 5'9", I have a good amount of headroom, adequate knee and leg room, feet go underneath the chair. Look, if your friends complain, they can always pay for an Uber. There's the same cantilever door pulls and door pockets found in the front. What a great design. Though it would be nice to have a pocket on this seat back. Power options to charge electronics, you bet. Plus, this little slot lets you add a cup holder or a trash can. You can either 3D print those or buy them at your Ford dealer. Some might find the seat back rake a little too upright. Remember, they can always take an Uber. Plus, as you can see, storage back here. Storage underneath the seats? Yeah, a little bit, not tons, but you know, it's useful. The space is good enough for 3 kids, or 2 adults, if they want to fold down the armrest and have some hot coffee. Let's wrap things up with red light, green light. Green light. Pickups have grown a lot in the last 20 years. Finally, there's a choice for those that don't want a behemoth. The hybrid model is miserly when it comes to fuel. I average 38 miles per gallon. Why don't all vehicles have clever storage nooks like Maverick? For a small truck, it's extremely capable, in some cases substituting brains for brawn. Yellow lights? This is a compact truck. Don't expect 1,500 comfort and room in the back seat. The cabin materials have an authentic look. Some will see that as austere. Overall, Maverick's utility is great, but some chores will still require a full-size truck. Duh. Red light. The Sync 3 interface and its small screen is basic. Ford, I know you have the much better Sync 4 system. No all-wheel drive system for the hybrid powertrain? That's something that can be had on Escape. Originally positioned as an affordable vehicle, the price has climbed considerably in the last couple years. A fully trimmed out Tremor model is over $40,000, in other words, Chevy Trail Boss money, and that's MSRP. Then there's the issue of dealer markups. Maverick is popular. The factory in Mexico can't pump these out fast enough. Supply and demand, it's a thing. I really like the Maverick and I understand the appeal. Those that drive a lot in the city, this is the perfect size. It handles well, it gets great fuel economy when you go with the hybrid, and it's very capable. Maybe not as capable as an F-150, but you gotta remember that these are tools, and sometimes the biggest one isn't right for the job. Buy the tool you need. There are rumors that competitors are looming on the horizon, but Ford pretty much has this segment all to itself for now. Maverick is small in a big way, and looks to be in a class of its own for the foreseeable future. One more thing that's unique, not to Maverick, but to Ford, is the SecuriCode pad. I'm a runner and often don't have a pocket for my keys. This comes with a 5-digit code. Lock the keys in and be on your way. Open it up with the pad when you return. Smart. Not sure how that would work with keyless ignition. Anyone out there with experience? Everyone say thanks to Martin Campbell, who drives while I shoot running footage and he shoots the thumbnails. He's an excellent still photographer. It's time for coffee. Yes. I pay Martin in coffee. So if you want to support this channel, donate to the coffee fund, okay? And gas fund. Venmo at Tom Voelk, okay? Or YouTube super thanks. These videos are a passion project. They're not about wealth building. We're very proud of our independent boutique vehicle reviews. They take a lot of work and time, and we don't want to waste yours, okay? Before I go, I suspect that in the comments there will be complaints that Ford dealerships are adding second stickers to Mavericks because they're in short supply, to which I will say, walk away. Nobody's holding a gun to your head. You don't have to pay that price. The last time that I bought a car, I walked away 4 times before I got the price that I wanted. And not all Ford dealers are adding second stickers. I know, I've checked. You gotta shop hard, okay? And remember, we live in a free market economy, and a lot of times that benefits us by lower prices. When things are scarce, prices rise. It's a thing. Thanks for watching. Hey, subscribe to this channel and click notifications. If you have a question, leave it in the comments. Thanks for watching. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.